got a little studio apartment. It's a new building, and I picked up my keys, go check out the apartment, and there's just dirt. The stove was pulled out. There's like a baseboard just laying around. The mirror's missing in the bathroom. The front door won't lock. I'm like, what is this? I send a landlord an email. Could you maybe just discount my next month? And he just nicely tells me to f*** off. After I send him the email, he tells me, that's a lot to read on my iPhone. If you need something fixed, please put a ticket in. If you don't pay the full thing next month, there will be an eviction letter on your door.
If you've ever had to deal with a bad landlord, this is the call for you. We're going to talk about small claims court and how to protect your neck. Gus Fring, that is a fake name, but you're a real person. You're having some landlord problems. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so, I was got a little studio apartment. It's a new building, and I picked up my keys during my lunch break at work. Come to the place, get the keys. I go to go check out the apartment, and there's just dirt. The stove was pulled out. There's like a baseboard just fucking laying around. The mirror's missing in the bathroom. The front door won't lock. And I'm like, what is this? I unfortunately my lunch has run out, so I go back to work and I send them a text. Hey, this place is messed up. It's not ready to move in. Okay. I don't expect to pay rent for this, Right. And they're like, okay, we'll take care of it.
Sure.
The next day, I think they cleaned the place. The stove still doesn't work. Front door doesn't lock. I keep bothering them. At some point, I send a landlord an email. It's like, hey, eventually, once everything's resolved, I told him, hey, I couldn't live. This place wasn't livable for the first few days. Could you maybe just discount my next month? And he just nicely tells me to f*** off. So, I want to just take him to small claims court for like $200 because he's a prick.
This is the most realistic caller we've ever had.
Yeah.
I'm already on your side. Yeah, already on your side.
Looking through this, when I saw one or two pictures and it was like a little dirty, I was like, But then I saw that it was like, your door doesn't lock, your stove doesn't work.
Door and stove is critical.
Door
is huge.
Let's play a game with the comedians here. You won't be able to see my hand, but they can see my hand. I'm just going to start and I'm going to raise the meter up. Okay. At what point does he have a good case to the comics, right? Okay. So, the floor's dirty. No, not yet. Okay, all right. The blinds aren't installed.
Don't love it.
Don't love it.
Don't love
The
it.
toilet's dirty. It's annoying.
It's gross, but those are all short-term
Okay.
fixables.
My stove isn't hooked up.
That's a no. That's a
problem.
not complete.
Big problem.
Really
That's,
close.
Yeah, I'm raising my hand.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
That's because heating and cooling is definitely on the line.
Yeah. And the main appliances that you were in for, I mean, that's part of the responsibility of fulfilling a landlord's obligation.
But this next one, my front door does not lock.
I mean, let me just make sure. We're not going to say what city you're in, but do you or do you not live in a city that has a very large state prison nearby?
That is correct.
Yeah, that's
Door
a no.
lock's essential.
Door lock is absolutely critical.
I mean, I think a door lock is essential. I mean, what if he just wants to jerk off? You need a little bit of privacy.
In peace. Yeah.
And you need the blinds. Those are important too.
Blinds are
How do you
important
jerk
too.
off without like the thrill of someone who might walk in? To me, I need that.
We're
Charge
gonna
extra.
Not my thing. Not my
to our
thing.
other podcasts about therapy. No, I mean, but seriously, that is a major problem, and I think on your scale, Josh, you've really hit it. So your particular state actually has statutes.
We could say the
specifically
state. It's Texas.
Oh, okay, it's Texas.
We can
All
say
right.
he's
So-
not like hiding
this
from
is
the
a
law.
Texas
Yeah.
thing.
Texas is pretty big.
So Texas has a statute specifically, like you can imagine why this had to go into law, that it is required that a dwelling must have security devices. Locks are included.
It's called a gun.
Yeah.
That's my lock.
I'm aware. I don't know if you saw, but I sent y'all the transcripts of the emails that I talked to the landlord about. I mentioned that. I read the whole lease. I'm like, hey, look, man, it's clear law. It's Texas law. It's in the lease. I should at least have a working lock. And his response, like an hour later after sending him the email, he tells me, that's a lot to read on my iPhone. If you need something fixed, please put a ticket in. Are you kidding me, dude? You're lucky this stuff didn't work. I would have caught the fucking place on fire.
All right, reduce the F-bombs a little bit.
Wait, did he say ticket, though?
Everyone,
I'm sorry,
come on,
man.
guys. Come
Yeah.
on, team. Look, my editor's
We're not allowed to cuss.
Yes, we are. It's the density. I think it's the density. I don't know the
I
algorithm.
like the
don't know.
density. We'll bleep them. We'll bleep it. Up.
If I was giving scores,
That's actually not beeping of the F word. It's the fire alarm that keeps going off. The landlord fucked that up too.
He also doesn't have a fire alarm.
you're one of our more maybe the top 3 most prepared, right, and
Yeah.
overqualified callers. I'm really on you. What do you do? What's your line of work, brother?
I'm a programmer, developer.
Hell yeah,
Nice.
yeah, sharp
I love
kid.
that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. So I think you're gonna. I mean, Bill, jump straight into it.
Let's go and do it.
I think he's gonna win. And you want to go there and do
Yeah,
it?
let's go do it.
Bill is saying we go there and we do it.
Yeah, you're not that far away.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's far enough away that you shouldn't look it up. Then you'll say no, but it's close enough that it's worth doing for the of it. I mean, the shit.
But he should file small
whatever's
claims.
of
We're
it.
agreeing that he should
Okay,
file
let's,
small claims.
Let's talk real quick. We're going to talk legal and practical. Legal sounds like you've got a good claim here. Not only do you have the lease, you've got Chapter 92 of the residential statute that directly applies to this. It's the one that says you got to have the security devices. You've got the evidence. You've tried to be reasonable about it. So you've got the legal side. You've got the story side. Small claims courts, they see a lot of this kind of stuff come through. You already agreed that this isn't really about the money. It's about this guy being a prick, which was a shorthand way of saying it's for justice. And so knowing that, there's a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing, you can sleep at night. Bad thing, like whether the judge is going to actually care to follow the law is a little bit more diminished, not completely eliminated. This isn't like China or something, but it's going to be a little harder. What I would also say is the time and energy involved in dealing with it, not so much the actual claim itself, but the practical fact that you're now going to be living with a guy that you got a judgment against.
Totally.
So think of it like a cop following you. You didn't really roll that one stop sign, but he's going to keep following you until you something up. So that's the one thing I would say to consider is like you got to live with this guy that you just hosed in small claims court.
It's a property management group or like a small landlord?
Small landlord.
This guy might also be petty. I mean, just based on his responses, he sounds like a petty bitch.
How
So-
long?
I had something like this happen
Now-
to me. I'm
sorry. I'm fully planned to move out after this year purely because of this. So
Okay,
how long
good.
do I have to take him to small claims court?
You've got time. You could do it after you moved out. Are you moving out within a year?
6 months or so.
Oh yeah, you
something
could
like
wait
that.
till then.
Go ahead, Matt.
I had a win in this. I had a little unit run by a property manager of a landlord, just real simple, sweet guy who came around for the rent, and they were screwing me on like electricity. But at one point, I think the heat turned off for a night in the winter, and I lost water for a night as well.
Oh.
And I was like, "Hey, can you discount me?" They go, "No." So the next time I did rent, I just shorted it $200 on the rent. They go, "Where's the other 200?" I'm like, "Oh, I had to pay a water bill that got sent to me." And the logic didn't make any sense. They're like, okay, and they just gave up on it. So it was just I just took the money out myself.
Yeah.
And because they weren't a big entity, they were just like,
Yeah, wait, I think I
check.
did that in college too.
Yeah, it was a very satisfying win for me.
Yeah, we were just
Yeah.
like, all right, well, we've applied the deductions for you, and see you next month.
I mean, a lot of times it's
Bill,
not even worth it for
wait,
them to fight
wait,
it.
This might be the solution. Bill, what do you think? Bill's the one that's usually uncomfortable here, not
Just
me.
say
I'm-
like locksmith.
What do you think about
yeah.
he waits till the last month? Do you have a deposit?
Yeah.
Deposit.
Because you talk about not worth fighting over $300.
Well,
not worth it for them either. You don't have a
How much
It's
is
funny
the
you guys
deposit?
mentioned that
How much is
because
the
in the
deposit?
emails with him, sorry.
How much is the
It's
deposit?
funny you guys mentioned that because in the emails with him, he said, if you don't pay the full thing next month, there will be an eviction letter on your door.
That's aggressive.
Yeah, all right,
So-
this guy sucks.
How much is the deposit?
1,300 or something. I don't know.
What's your monthly rent?
Oh wait, no, that sounds too high. Yeah, $895. So I guess
Your rent's
that
$895. The
much.
deposit's $1,300.
No, that doesn't make sense. It's probably the same amount. I just had to pay a month, the first month, the last month, and a deposit. So it was a bunch of money at the start.
Okay, so
steep.
here's what I'm gonna say is he's stuck in a rock and a hard place, which is there's likely gonna be f***ery with your deposit no matter what.
Yeah.
Here's the other part is did you come out of pocket to fix the lock?
No,
Okay, so you don't even have a bill that you could then apply to the cleaning or the hooking up or the lock. So really, you've just got to claim about those days or weeks that it was not taken care of. So I'd say that really militates to you waiting until after you've left, because more likely than not, you're going to have some on the move out. So definitely do videos and pictures.
Yeah.
And then when he starts violating the deposit thing, now you're not only going with the deposit, but you're going bookend, front of the lease, back of the lease. This guy's screwing around. I wouldn't be surprised if the local small claims court already knows this guy. I've known folks like that. Some of them are friends. They're just deadbeat landlords, and they just act like assholes all the time. So he's probably a known quantity, which will probably work in your favor if you decide to go back and do this.
Feel free to call us back in 6 months if you want to just double check your work before you file. Okay, brother?
sure, yeah, that works.
All right. You're an amazing caller. We wish we had more people that were as prepared as you. Do you
Thank
feel
you,
like you were
Gus.
heard today?
Yes, I have.
Thank you for calling Hardly Legal.
I mean, it's just that impotent rage you get against these small people who have power over you. And I'm really sick of that 2 months deposit thing that's become the norm.
Yeah.
It's how I feel when like the tip starts at 25% at a coffee shop where I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like
It's one thing for
25%, 30%. Put your car keys in the tray. Yeah.
It's like it's one thing that like prices are already going up, but then percentages going up on top of prices already going up really drives me crazy because I'm like, you're already getting paid more because we're all spending more money.
Whenever you have to do anything with like rent or leases, you're getting screwed.
Yeah.
Remember when we moved? We live in New York
This
City.
is the case.
When we moved to, I'm not even going to talk about that. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
talk about that
Yeah.
one. But I'm just talking about when I found out what brokerage fees were.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is for real? And this whole city of a couple million people has agreed that this is
that
something-
everyone's going to pay these
something we should
lease
be doing.
brokers. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a crazy legal story and you want to talk to some lawyers anonymously for free, call us.
Wait, we're not getting paid?
Nothing at all. I don't know how we're going to pay for it, to be honest.